All right. I think we are live. Let's check real quick. Hang on a second. I'm new to all of this. It appears we are live. All right, everybody. Let me let some people know that we are indeed streaming. Okay. So this is going to be a chill stream, just to test some stuff. We're going to be lathering in Gen 5 Ubers this time around. So yeah. Let me check. Let me link this to somebody. All right, settings. Stream settings. Let me see if the link works and everything. You know what? I forgot I could just go to my channel and link it for some reason. It do be like that. I don't know if it works that way, honestly. Channel. All right. It does work like that. How do you know? Now, let me just link this to some people and we can officially begin. Streaming Gen 5 Ubers ladder battles in case anyone is interested. I think we're good. Okay. Now, let me just go back. Okay. All right. So I decided to build this team around a dual screens Espion, using like hyper offense. Oh, sorry. You guys are hearing me again. Anyways, I think we're good. So I decided to build this team around a dual screens Espion because one of the main weaknesses that hyper offense teams have is toxic spikes, especially from Pokemon like Tentacruel. So with Espion, you subvert that by having Magic Bounce, as we have right here. And screens in this meta is something I wanted to explore ever since last year. I wanted to figure this out, but I didn't have like enough time to do so in like tournaments and stuff. And when I'm not playing tournaments, I'm not touching this tier that much. So there's that. So I came up with this, and I've been playing with it. I ran it in a tournament, and it works pretty well. But I feel like there's, sorry, oof, had to squeeze a small sneeze right there. But something that I wanted to do is polish this team up on the ladder, because the ladder is something that I still trust very well. So, yeah, this team is based around a hyper offensive team with like 4 sweepers. Groudon unfortunately couldn't be like Swords Dance or something like that. So yeah, there's that. Let's see. Let's go back to the stream. So yeah, that's pretty much the team. I have Psychic Gem Mewtwo with Calm Mind just to nuke pretty much everything that comes its way. And Lum Arceus because there's still a lot of stuff that could status you despite these specs not being up. Something like Giratina or opposing Arceus Ghost could status you. So that's why I wanted to run that. And Brick Break just to get rid of the steals. So one of the main goals of the team is to get as much cheap as possible with steel types, with either Rayquaza or like stuff like Mewtwo, for example, Genesect that comes in. You just need to chip that in so like Arceus can sweep with Swords Dance and Extreme Speed, or Rayquaza can just sweep with Dragon Dance and also have Extreme Speed on there. So there's also that. And Groudon, obviously for rock support, Thunder Wave. This was rock polish in a previous version, but like Dual Dance, but it was too much. Like it couldn't do like much at all, and I figured like I needed to do like a support Pokemon. So I've still Rock Thunder Wave and Stone Edge for Ho-Oh, and yeah, just Focus Dash, Nasty Blood Darkrai with Dark Void. It's really problematic for some teams, so that's one of the most reliable sweepers when it hits its moves. So that's what I wanted to go with, and we're gonna get one right now. I appreciate all of you for tuning in, and we have a Starmie. It's one of the few times that I've seen a Starmie in this tier. Not gonna lie, not very common, but nevertheless, I think the matchup suits us depending on what the Arceus is, which I think it's Ghost. And if we get rid of the Genesect, I feel like Mewtwo can do a lot of work here. Anyways, I think they're gonna lead Genesect, so I'm gonna lead Groudon. Yeah. I'm just gonna go for Stealth Rock. Actually, I could just Thunder Wave here. If they Ice Beam, that's one Pokemon paralyzed, and Mewtwo can always outspeed. So, okay. They go Kyogre probably, yeah. No, here is very tricky. Actually, I don't need this Groudon for anything, so I think I can just stay in. I mean, it's probably good for it to like switch into Genesect still or Ho-Oh, but I think like for them, the water move is pretty free, and I don't have like the best, and Ice Beam is also free for them. That's what I don't want to go to Rayquaza. So one thing that I could also do is go for Earthquake, but rocks are pretty free, so okay. So they are choiced. That's great. I'm gonna hard beat create because I want to see what their switching is to this, and also if they go hard Genesect, I kill it on the spot. So actually, nah, I don't think they're gonna go hard Genesect. I think they're gonna go Arceus first. I mean, they should, I think. Okay, they go Ferrothorn. That's even better. I can just beat create this. Ferrothorn out of the way means I don't have to go for Focus Blast with Darkrai, or yeah, pretty much Focus Blast with Darkrai. And the Genesect is gonna come in and probably click Ice Beam. Oh, Kyogre? Are they trying to... I think they're trying to lock me into Outrage, maybe? I think so. I'm just gonna Outrage anyways. Okay, I just kill it. That's great. Alright, so they're gonna Revenge Kill with Genesect now. I think that's completely fine. Now, what do I follow up with? Because I guess I could go to Espeon instead of the screens, but they're gonna... If I do that, they're gonna go to Starmie and get the Rapid Spin off, which is not good. One thing I could do is to go hard Arceus and just set up Sword Dance, I think. They have to hit 2 Focus Blasts with their own Arceus. But at the same time, since that Genesect is not paralyzed and they do beat me with their own Arceus, I could lose. So I think I can just go Darkrai and Dark Void. Or Mewtwo. Mewtwo is also good because I'm pretty sure I KO'd the Starmie at +1. with Side Strike. No, but that would mean the Genocide gets the +1 after, so I think Darkrai is a better play. If I miss, then I miss. Like, there's nothing to do about that. They shouldn't stay in, though. I think they're gonna sack Ho-Oh. Okay, they stay in. And we connect Dark Void. Okay, perfect. We should get to 2 turns of sleep. If they wake up here, I'm gonna lose my mind. They should not wake up here. Okay, they don't. Perfect. Incredible. All right, let's see what they want to do here. If they go Ho, we are faster and we can just Dark Void again. Can we though? Should we? I'm kind of tempted just to go for Dark Pulse. If I don't KO, then Mewtwo just revenge kills. Yeah, I'm just gonna... Oh, they are scarfed. Oh, shit. They're dual scarf, dude. I'm just gonna go Arceus then. If they stay in and Brave Bird, they cannot revenge kill Mewtwo. So I think Mewtwo just wins. Stream speed. They send in Starmie. Interesting play. I'm getting kind of scared of the Arceus. I wonder what lies beyond the canopy that is the Arceus type lying in there. Okay, it's E-Killer. Just tell me I'm faster though. Won't know if I'm faster, but since they are Life Orb, they die next turn, so that's good game. Perfect. All right. That was a game. That was one game. All right, second game. This one is looking a bit more HOE. And actually kind of disgusting. Kind of a disgusting team. I think I have to lead Darkrai here though. Since they... Like, I don't have any switch-ins to any of these Pokemon. So my best bet is to go to Darkrai and Dark Void this, like, anything I can. And then probably set up a sweep with Arceus. Depending on what the Arceus they have is, I think I can win pretty easily with it. Mewtwo can also win easily. So, okay. It seems they had the same idea. I'm Focus Ash, so I'd rather just go Espeon. Okay. Please, I'm perfect. That's perfect. Okay. I think I'm gonna set up a light screen here. See, nobody dares to make that play sometimes, but I do. Do I care about the reflect? No, I actually need this Espeon for the Dialga so it doesn't set up the rocks. So I'm gonna go Hard Groudon. I don't think I need it for that much anyways. Okay, their Water Spout. Oh, nah. Not the crit spout. That's a pretty nasty plug though. Come on, get me. Like, this is a kill here, right here. If they go to Darkrai, do they get affected by Bad Dreams? I don't remember. I think they do, but Weaken it with Sacred Fire seems like a poor choice unless I'm missing something. Actually, Ho-Oh with Ho on the Rain is pretty underrated because it's a complete counter to Sun sometimes. And you can just completely threaten Sun on its own. Like, it's pretty crazy. So it may seem like a bad choice, and it normally is sometimes, but when you face Sun and you have a Ho-Oh, it's pretty... like, it's a very uphill battle for Sun. So I think I get what they try to do there. There's also, like, back in the day, there was a choice band Ho-Oh that ran Sleep Talk with only Brave Bird for that purpose. Sacred Fire and Brave Bird for that purpose. Because they knew, like Stab Brave Bird was such a strong move, even in rain, and Ho-Oh against Sun is, like, really good anyways. So they just decided to run that. I personally wasn't a fan of it, but that's what people ran. Do I need this Darkrai? I don't think I do. I think I'm just gonna stay in. They're just gonna Ice Beam. Yeah, they should. Are they Life Orb? They're not Life Orb. Okay. I have 2 turns of Light Screen left, which means that Kyogre can Revenge Kill anything with Dark Pulse. I mean, with Water Spout, but that means Rayquaza can also set up. So I think what I would want to do here is go Mewtwo and set up a Calm Mind. I think Arceus always wins here. Unless I get incredibly unlucky. Okay. They stay in. Side Strike still affected by Light Screen. Gonna go for Side Strike. I want them to bring in Kyogre next. Actually, I'm just gonna Side Strike again. Okay, it was a speed tie after all. Yeah, Lido. This is something I made recently. Basically, it's an old dual screen structure. The previous structure had Deoxys Speed, and I think one of them also has Cresselia. But the thing about the old structures is that they were very weak to T-Spikes. So the role of Espeon here is to basically switch into Tentacruel and set up the screens. Like, sometimes you don't even need screens, and just need to play, like, the sequence right. But when you run into Tentacruel, like, it's a pretty bad matchup for Tentacruel because they cannot set up T-Spikes, which is something it banks on against offense a lot. So yeah. What do I want to sack here? I think I'm just gonna sack Espeon because Mewtwo is still pretty good against their team, even at 40%. So if they go for Water Spout, I can just go to Rayquaza and go for Dragon Dance. If they give me the Alga, I think I can just Outrage here. Ooh, that's a nasty crit. But not feeling bad about it because they crit the Groudon. I don't think I needed that if they didn't crit the Groudon, so I'm Lumberry, so I'm not even scared of the confusion. And if they go to, like, Kyogre here, I'm pretty sure they die from Outrage, and then I just clean up. Oh, what? Oh, they're timid. They got smashed. Well, we go Arceus and set up Swords Dance. I don't think Rayquaza can eliminate us with anything. I think I have to set up 2 SDs here for Kyogre. So I'm gonna go for a second one. Okay, perfect. Now I think it's game over. All right, perfect. That's another one gone. So yeah, something I was thinking about is making this one Arceus Ghost, for in case I get like the T-spikes against the opponent or the hazards against the opponent, and I can spin block. But extreme speed is so good. Like stab extreme speed is so good, and you really want Lone Berry. So I think that's that. That's what I've been kind of thinking of lately. But yeah, I think I'm sticking for Extreme Killer. That's that big dilemma I have right now. And also, it's more speed against Arceus Ghost and better against Arceus fighting and stuff. But I have Mewtwo, so I'm not really too worried about that. Anyways, I'm gonna get another one. All right, Cloyster. This is actually a kind of problematic matchup. Truth be told. I think I have to lead Espeon here. If they go Genesect, if they lead with Genesect, then I have to go Groudon and let them take the helmet damage. But this team especially is a kind of a rough matchup because I don't have like a switch into Latias plus Genesect, and Cloyster can also set up. So I think it's still pretty weak to Arceus. Like this team is still pretty weak to Arceus, all things considered. But and Rayquaza too. But I have to get rid of Genesect. That's the key part. So I think I'm just gonna lead Espeon. Okay, gonna reflect here. Perfect. Okay, what do we want to do here? I don't want to BP and them setting up rocks. That would be so whack, dude. So I think I'm gonna set up the light screen. Okay, we go Darkrai. And we go for Dark Void. Will we hit? Will we hit? Perfect. Nice. That's beautiful. I am Sash. So whatever they do, okay, they go Ho-Oh. Hopefully I get the flinch with Nasty Plot. That would be pretty sick, if I say so myself. Yeah, T-Volt is just screens, basically. Oh, that's so whack. No flinch and burn. But fret not. We got the nuke. Actually, can Arceus win right here? Nah, it's too soon. It's too soon. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay. I think I have to go Mewtwo and go for Side Strike. Getting rid of that thing is pretty big, I think. They go Genesect. I have to go Groudon here, I think. I don't want damage on this. And I want chip on Genesect. And they crit through the screens. Incredible. Alright, let's just Thunderwave this. Perfect. I need to rate this thing Sash. So I'm gonna prioritize getting damage in. If they kill me, hopefully they do kill me. Okay, so how do we do this? How do we do this? We have to create the right sequence here. So if I go Mewtwo, they go Genesect and U-turn. Oh wait, Reflect was off. Well, what was I thinking? I was never leaving that. Okay. So if I go Arceus here and Revenge Kill, what do they do? They go into their own Arceus. If I go Rayquaza here, they go Genesect and Ice Beam, and I set up Swords Dance, then I would be at a better advantage, I think. They could all, if I look into Outrage, they can also go Latias. So I don't think that's a good idea. I think I can just be great. That's why having Be Great here is useful. And I'm just gonna get some damage on this. If they want to Ice Beam, that's fine. Okay, perfect. Now we go Arceus and Swords Dance. The key here is cheap damage. Okay, the Arceus is E-Killer. I'm faster, confirmed. So I think I can get another one. Okay, perfect. And I think I can KO everything here. Yes, all right. And we win that one. Okay. Got a little bit scared there. But we pulled it out. Yeah, I kind of agree 2x damage crits are like a huge deal breaker sometimes. But it also like works in your favor, obviously. Like it's still hacks that works both ways. So it may save you sometimes, it may just destroy you like in the last game, but I think that would happen with 1.5 damage crits too. So, but I kind of agree it's a good change overall. I won matches where it was like I wouldn't have won if there was 1.5 damage, and I've also lost matches where that shit is just annoying. Okay. Magic Sun. Genesect over Blaziken. That's interesting. That actually works against us a little bit. Or does it? It kind of does, because Rayquaza cannot sweep ever, I think. I don't think the battle will be long enough for it to sweep. And Mewtwo can also not sweep unless that Genesect is dead. So I think the game plan here is to cheap stuff. So Arceus can sweep or Mewtwo can sweep. I think Darkrai is not gonna sweep, I think, with Espeon. I can never click Dark Void, first of all. There's a Espeon, a Genesect, and a Ho-Oh. But Nasty Blood is still pretty threatening towards that team, and I do have Sash, so I'm gonna lead off Espeon still. Other Arc Fronts that would work in Magic Sun. Ghost is also pretty good. Arceus Dragon is also pretty good. So those two, but oh, the guy disconnected. Didn't even notice. Okay, the lead of Genesect. Just gonna go Groudon. Let's see if they reconnect. But yeah, Arceus Dragon has actually seen some usage recently. I ran it in tournament last year, and Swords Dance Fire Blast EQ is pretty good. There's also Calm Mind 3 attacks and with Draco Meteor, which is also very good. But Arceus Dragon also has some things going good with it, like on Magic Sun, like for example, it's another water resist. So Kyogre, like it's not gonna threaten you that much with it. Damage scales probably not make it as impactful whole. A lot of stuff taking 70% from a single hit. Was something I noticed watching BKC's Gen 4. Yeah. The thing is, Gen 4 and Gen 5, it's a completely different. Like they are completely different because Gen 5 has Arceus and Gen 4 doesn't. Like this gen has Arceus still, and Ho-Oh is a lot more viable than it is in DPP, I think. So there's a lot more Pokemon that can sponge Draco Meteors, for example. There's also Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn is a big one. So yeah, that has happened. That always happens. Like that's always a possibility in Pokemon where you have like something cool set up and stuff, but then you just get crit and get smashed. I've seen that plenty of times. All right, we got another one. It's Tyranitar Sand. Bulky offense, another Genesect. As you can see, guys, Genesect is pretty common still, at least on the ladder. In tournaments, it's not that common anymore, but I've seen a lot of Genesect here. I mean, you can mute, you can queue and everything. Like I don't mind. If you want to play, then let's play. Yeah, it's a beautiful game until it isn't. Amazing game. I think the lead here is Darkrai here, because I can just Dark Void. And if they go Groudon, like if I go Groudon, then that's damage on it. And I could also just go for Dark Void, honestly, and see what we catch. If we catch the Arceus fighting, that would be pretty sick, because then Arceus would have a better chance of winning. Arceus could actually win on the spot since we have Brick Break. So that's also a play we could make. And since they have Latias in the back, and going Groudon would probably lead to a sack, so it's probably better to just hard Dark Void. Let's see what they want to sack here. Arceus Dragon is pretty good. You should try it out. Okay, so the good thing is they're never getting rocks up. And we are getting our rocks up. Which is pretty important for the Genesect and the Rayquaza. Okay, they go Latias. I don't remember if I live ahead. Not even, I think I do. I'm pretty sure I do. And I can Thunder with this. But I have no other switching anyways. I need these screens with Espeon. So I think I have to stay in. Okay, I live one. Perfect. And I para this, which is even better. And now I can just go Espeon instead of the screens. Okay. Can just go for Reflect first. If they go hard Genesect, then that's fine, I think. It's better to have Reflect up against this team. They go T-Tar. I can just Baton Pass here. Yep, okay. They go Genesect. They do get the attack up, but Reflect is up, so I'm not too scared. Actually, something I could do is just go Groudon again. And probably just go hard Espeon. Like, I don't think I need Espeon that much because the Tyranitar is asleep. And I'm pretty sure Arceus is gonna be the mon that wins. So actually, I'm not sure. I might need Espeon. This is a harder matchup than I anticipated, unfortunately. Sword Dance is pretty good. You don't need extreme speed that much, I think. You can run some mixed dragon, Arceus Dragon with Fire Blast for Skarmory and Ferrothorn, which is also pretty good. What I run is Dragon Claw, Fire Blast, Earthquake, and I think I run Naive on it and some special attack to Oko Ferrothorn on Under Sun. So there you go. Yeah, I think I have to go Espeon here. Unfortunate. Let's see what they want to do here. Like, you could run Extreme Speed 2 on Arceus Dragon, but I don't think it does that much for you. I mean, other than being priority. Like, for example, on Arceus Ghost, like on Swords and Arceus Ghost, it does a lot for you because it lets you always win the speed tie. I mean, the exchange against Jolie E-Killer. Ooh, that's a good play. Just gonna Calm Mind though. I don't KO with Ice Beam, I think. Actually, I think I do, but I should start running calcs, honestly, because I think this Pokemon wins right here. If I kill this Latias, but I'm too lazy to. I didn't pull up the damage calc. That's on me. I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, we do KO. Yeah. So they go Genesect here. They don't get the attack boost. So I think I can just Calm Mind here. That U-turn is not gonna do anything. They sack Tyranitar. They go Tyranitar here. I can just go for Aura Sphere. They're probably gonna sack Rayquaza here. They have to. Oh, they don't. Okay, just gonna go for Aura Sphere once again. And the sand is gone. Because I'm going straight Groudon after this. No need to give this Excadrill any chances to sweep. And I think I can just go Rayquaza here. See, Mewtwo's now the Pokemon that wins, I think. I think they're just gonna sack this and go for Iron Head. This is an interesting turn because if they go Genesect, then I don't think I win right now. Arceus cannot KO me in one with Judgment anyways, but I still would like some damage. And if I be great, then Rayquaza, the Rayquaza they had revenge kills anyways. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna Dragon Dance and force them to go Genesect. I mean, if they have Ice Beam on the thing, Genesect, That's also something they could do. I mean, on the Arceus, that's also something they could do because it's a confirmed KO. Always. But they decide to go hard Genesect. I'm just going through extreme speed here. Okay, perfect. They give me the... They give me this mon. They Arceus fighting. I don't think you KO me from here. I don't think you should have done that. I think Ice Beam was the play for them. Okay. Please tell me they're not... If they are Jolly Ray, I would scream. I don't remember what it runs on this team, but it should be... It should not be that. It should not... Oh, they are. Fuck. Good game. You cannot win them all. I didn't expect Jolly Ray. I think on these type of teams, you should always run as much power as possible because you want to break. Like, this is this team's breakers. This team, if they don't have like Ray clicking buttons, they don't break stall ever. So that was my reasoning, but they had a better... They played their outs better, I think. Thank you, Madeline. Take care. And yeah, I agree. This series is pretty fun. Like, even years later, I enjoy it a lot. So I hope more people like play too. That's kind of why I wanted to like upload the last video that I made, so people get like into it more. How can I like spend some time like reviewing what we wanted to say about the tier? Like, I wrote the thing, but Hack also like reviewed it. So, and I added some stuff afterwards. So that was the point. And I think we did an okay job. There's some stuff that I couldn't cover in the video, like sleep. Like, sleep takes a whole 2-hour video to cover in black and white because it doesn't reset and stuff. But it's unironically what I think makes sleep not broken in this gen. Because sleep is not like... Because you know that you're not gonna wake up upon switching out. You know that like you can prepare better for it. That's why a lot of Pokemon, well, not a lot of Pokemon, like a few Pokemon run Sleep Talk, even on choice sets, just so you can switch into Darkrai. And if you get like once you attack, you can keep attacking, even if you're not... Oh, it's a good team. Big Teeny. Haven't seen that in a while. But yeah, you can keep attacking despite being choice into Sleep Talk, which is something that doesn't happen in DPP. And I think that's something that makes, like, kind of breaks Darkrai in DPP sometimes. And that's something that people really, like, argue about Darkrai in DPP and Auras, especially because you don't know where you're going to wake up. Like, for example, like this Ho-Oh is about to Sleep Talk, Brave Bird, or Sacred Fire, or EQ, whatever. Right? No Sacred Fire? Perfect. Right, see? And just like that. Is this scarfed? I think so, right? It should be. Yeah, it is. So whatever. We go Espeon, set up that big Reflect. Just keep the hazards off. They don't kill me, I think. Yep. $47, that's good damage. I don't think I need to keep this Espeon alive or anything, so I'm just going to like screen. And just revenge kill with Arceus. They go hard Giratina. That's fine. Gonna go Groudon. Ooh, they are Draco Meteor. Okay, this battle just became a lot harder. Okay, Stone Edge. We KO. Naughty spikes for you, buddy. Did I make... I feel like I've seen... I feel like I've made this team. I think I used this team on a tournament, but I don't remember if I had Cloyster. I think I did. I think I used it against Ewolf in Uber's Premier League at some point, but I don't remember. I think I did, though. I'm gonna stream speed just for good measure. And of course, they don't miss the second Wisp. Because why would they? Oh, that's a rough mess. A very rough mess. It's gonna stream speed this. Gonna suck the Arceus. Gonna Source Dance again. And I think we win. Because they have to go... To revenge kill this, they have to go Victini. Or not. Can they U-turn with Victini now? That's so lame. No, but I think we win still. Like, if they B-create here, they Flare Blitz. Okay. Rayquaza should still win. I should be able to get 2 DDs here. I'm Lum, so it's whatever. Okay, good game. Perfect. E-Killer does have plot armor. That's the plot armor mon. Where there's an E-Killer, there's a way, dude. I swear. It always crits when it needs to, too. Like, either Shadow Claw or just Extreme Speed, where it needs to, like, when you need to get the crit against something that is gonna Wisp you or something, it always gets the crit. Shadow Claw is a little bit of an evil move, though, if I say so myself. That high crit ratio is like 70% increase. All right. We are climbing. That battle was kind of weird because I thought that I was... Ooh. Kabutops. Okay. Another tough matchup. Torn is a little bit annoying to this team because I have no switch-ins. So again... And I think that Kyogre is SPDF Sleep Talk, too. The Arceus, I think, is Ghost. I think Darkrai is going to put in major work here if I get the nasty plot. Mewtwo, too. Anyways, we have outs. We just have to play them right. What do we lead here, though? I think we lead, what, Groudon against the Genesect? Ooh, the lead Kyogre. That's no bueno. I'm gonna go hard Ray. Fuck it. I'm gonna go hard Ray and B-create the next turn. They are max HP, so... I mean, they are bulky, so... I think it's the safest way to win this game. Turn is pretty good, I think. It's like not like super duper good, but it's good. Hurricane U-turn is pretty good with taunt and stuff. I run Grass Knot for Groudon, but some people run Focus Blast or Superpower. I like Grass Knot better personally. Gonna Heartbeat create. Oh, they stay in. Gonna get the light screen up. Alright, there's your Scald Burn. Hopefully you don't get any more. Now I'm going to Baton Pass into Groudon. They have no spinner. Well, Kabutops is a spinner, but I don't count that as a spinner, to be honest. Bro is just staying in. Alright, Darkrai's here. Somebody's gonna get voided. Never mind. They read the sleep tag too. I'm going that every time though. Like there's no reason to not do it. Our Genesect, okay. Should I risk anything here? This is why I don't like Darkrai sometimes. It's like the RNG mon. And if I miss on Kyogre, I'm gonna regret clicking Focus Blast. Because that's key damage I need on Kyogre. But if I get enough damage on this, I can win with Ray later, I think, too. I'm just gonna go Dark Pulse. Okay. Yeah, no reason they would stay in. I don't think they were expecting U-turn to do so little. But I think they are Bug Buzz. If they did that type of damage. So I'm gonna... Yeah, they are Bug Buzz, indeed. So I think I go right here instead of DD. Do I get greedy and get a second one? I think so. I'm Wisp. I mean, I'm Lumberry. They're Wisp. Oh, that is so greedy, dude. I think we might win right here, dude. I'm getting them up. Recreate. Right. Now they have to give me that Ferrothorn. So like Genesect is... Or not? Alright. Alright. Give me that Kyogre. Holy shit. Okay. I cannot go hard Groudon yet because that shit's gonna stall me out. So I gotta go Mewtwo first. Click Aura Sphere. They live. Dude, Ferrothorn is such an unfair mon. Ferrothorn is such a crazy... How did it leave that? Oh my god, and does that too. Ferrothorn is such a Pokemon. That Pokemon is insane. Alright. We just go Groudon here. Do the thing. We run EQ. Is there a way to make them not click a Bug Buzz? I'm just gonna EQ here. Bug Buzz probably kills from here. They can still win if they crit. Okay, they did not crit. So it's pretty done. Good game. All right, how much time do we have? Thank you, BC. Thank you for tuning in. This is kind of a test stream. I'm still like figuring things out. Like it's the first time I stream ever, so this is kind of like, it's kind of ironic that I'm doing it with streaming black and white overs because it's the first thing I've ever uploaded to YouTube. So it's kind of poetic that I'm doing it in the first tier or first metagame that I uploaded to, like I made videos of, and now it's the first time I'm streaming, and I'm streaming a tier that I've been playing for like 15 years. So I think that's kind of sick. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. I think we're gonna get one more. I cannot stream for that long either, but more than anything, I wanted to run it in with this team. Good night, dude. Thank you. Okay, let's see who we get this last time. I don't think I have to make any edits, to be honest. Oh, obviously. Obviously. We get T-Volt. Have fun. All right, let's see how we do. There's a Kieran White Magic Sun too. No problem. No problem. No problem. I understand. I understand. Mewtwo's kind of sick against this team, so I just have to play it well. The Terrakion is scarfed, by the way. I think they lead Espeon though. Personally, I lead Darkrai. Darkrai's not gonna do much. Okay. You're a nasty blood. Yep. I'm Sash, so can just focus blast this. If I get rid of Terrakion now, that would be pretty sick, to be honest. Because it actually is a good, like a big ass threat to my team. Will I connect though? Oh, I hate you, Darkrai! In hindsight though, I should have just gone for Dark Pulse because the +1, like the -1 defense was gonna do a buttload. I mean, that Dark Pulse on like against the -1 special defense. So that's kind of on me. That's the game. That's not the game's fault. That's my fault. And they go hard goes too, dude. You guys on another level. I know the. I'm gonna go for Thunder Wave on this. Perfect. Earthquake. All right. They don't go Espeon. Should be able to get a KO here. Close combat doesn't KO me. Oh, that's a misclick? Sorry, dude. It's unfortunate. I can get a Reflect. And what's Light Screen gonna do for me? Kieran's gonna get a kill either way, and it's always suspended by Mewtwo, so I think Side Shock damage is better. Oh. Just Side Shock again. Dude, Glaciers is iconic. That's an iconic team right there. When you think of Magic Sun, like when somebody tells me Magic, like somebody loaded Magic Sun, I think of Glaciers right off the bat, to be honest. I think that's the most iconic Magic Sun team. Go Darkrai and Dark Pulse. I just need damage on this so Mewtwo can revenge kill with close combat. I mean, Ice Beam, sorry. I'm gonna Focus Blast. Stone Edge. Great. Damage secured. Probably sack Ho here, yeah. What do we sack here? I think we sack Ray. I think we sack Ray and go Mewtwo. Ice Beam. Just gonna Side Strike this. Gone. I don't know if that mattered. It probably did, but not too sure. I'm not entirely sure. It might have though. Sorry if it did. Terrakion. Is that about to Xyzor me? GG. And this should be a kill. I mean, not a kill. This should be a win against Espeon. And that's gonna be it. All right. Oh, the Darkrai is also iconic, but I think the first time that I saw like Magic Sun be spammed ever, like back on PO and stuff, it had that Kieran White one. So that's the one that comes to mind for me, because that's like the first one like I saw being run by everybody. So on PS and PO. So, but the Darkrai is also iconic. The Darkrai, I don't know who made that one. I think nobody knows. Not even like Hack knows, because I asked him and if he knew. And when we did that video with BKC like back in 2021, I think he told us that it's just a structure that is pretty common nowadays, but he's not sure. At least from what I remember. He might comment differently now if you ask him, but I think that's what he told us. Yeah, it's kind of like the Aura's HO. It's kind of something that is pretty obvious. Yeah, the Aura's HO is something that like everybody just thought of like at the same time, that these 6 Pokemon are broken, are like these 6 broken Pokemon are like unbeatable together, so let's just run them on a single team. And that's kind of a team that just, I don't know if people run it still like in tournament. I know some people hate on it pretty heavily, but I personally think it's not bad still. Like you can tweak some sets on it. But like Auras is not my strongest gen, obviously, but I ran it in the Auras Cup a few weeks ago when I played, and it still won. So there's also that. Anyways, another team that is like that, what would it be? I think those 2 teams are the most iconic ones, to be honest, in like all of Ubers. I think the Auras HO is the most iconic team in Ubers ever. I don't think anything else comes to mind when you think about a team, right? Kingdra, Gen 8 Big 6, I guess. But I feel like when you think about Auras and somebody mentions Auras HO, you know exactly what they're talking about. And Big 6, I don't know if, like, sure, like Yen and I think it's Groudon, Kyogre, Kelly, yeah, like the other 3, right? But when you think about when somebody says they ran standard HO in Auras, like the first thing that comes to mind is like Deoxys, Darkrai, Xerneas, stuff like that. Is Kingdra good? I think it's decent. I think not a lot of people run it nowadays because it requires a lot of support. Like you need to run a lot of insurance against stuff like T-Spikes. But back in the day, I used to run a Magnezone team with Kingdra, and it slapped. Because the Magnezone itself was a pretty big threat against like Ferroquirl stuff, because it got 2 kills if you. What I ran was Charge Beam. Let me just show you the set that I ran. Gen 5. Magnezone. Leftovers. So basically what you ran was this. It doesn't even need HP investment to outstall Ferrothorn, which is pretty funny. So what I ran was Charge Beam, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice, and Substitute. Where the fuck is Substitute? Okay, so this set with Kingdra could be Choice Specs or Life Orb. So basically this score is pretty good against Rain, because you trap Ferrothorn and they have to go into whatever it is they have to use to break the sub. So you essentially get to kills with Magnezone always, unless they have something like Roar Dialga, which leaves a +6 Thunderbolt. But yeah, you need Feralure. So you need something like what's a good Feralure? I guess something that U-turns in against Ferrothorn is pretty good, but or comes in with against Ferro. Giratina is pretty good for that. So you can run something with this, which in Giratina also likes Ferrothorn gone, so it kind of puts Ferrothorn on its toes. Like, that's something I used to run, and I also ran it with Arceus Heights, by the way, which is another mon I've yet to try out in this metagame. Probably not that good, because Arceus Dragon a lot better in many ways, but that's an OG mon that I used to run. It's my favorite Arceus type, as a matter of fact. Yeah. I think Palkia is also pretty good, but you have Kingdra too, so that's kind of redundant. Dialga also works. Latios also pretty good, because Ferrothorn is forced to go to switch into Latios in Rain, so there's also that. So you can probably go Arceus Steel, also really good, because he likes Ferrothorn gone, and you can sweep with Thunder pretty easily. And it also complements Kingdra pretty well, because a lot of the stuff that can switch into Kingdra, Arceus Wall can tank, like stuff like Dialga, and you can sweep with Judgment Thunder too. So that's a pretty good team structure, I think, if you want to run Kingdra. And it's honestly not bad. So if you want to try it out, like there's an idea. You can also make this Latios if you're not running like hazards. So that's something you can try. Turn works. The thing about Turn is that personally, I find it like it's a pretty weak ground resist, if that makes any sense, because it gets, I think, all caught by ground stun edge without any investment. I could be wrong about this, but it's pretty frail, and it's a pretty frail mon. But I've seen, I don't think it's unviable. I think you can run it, so you can also give that a try. You also have Latios as an additional ground immunity. And if you are wanting more bulk, you can also run Latias, which also has Healing Wish. So, Torn. The thing about Torn, though, like if you run this type of structure, like you need Kyogre as a 6-mon. Like, what sets up rocks? Like, you need something to set up rocks here. I think I ran Excadrill as the last Pokemon. Actually, I think this was the team that I ran. These 6. Because I needed more bulk, like as a ground immunity, and also needed rocks. So I think this was the exact same 6 that I ran. Unironically. Yeah, but I think you can run them on Arceus. But I feel like Rocks Steel's use is pretty weak as a rocker, because it needs coverage to unless it's gonna get bullied by something like Ho-Oh or Ferrothorn or Dialga even. So you kind of want, like, for example, if you run rocks on it, Stealth Rock, the last move should be Recover. So you would need something like Will-O-Wisp to catch the steel types that want to switch into it. But this gets bullied by Ho-Oh. Like, this team, if it doesn't have... Like, this team as it is pretty weak to Ho-Oh. And if you run this set, like, against Magic Sun, you're gonna get bullied by Blaziken and Ho-Oh. Something you could do, I guess, is Thunder Wave, maybe. You could also land a free turn for Magneton with Thunder Wave. That's also an idea. And you can Thunder Wave Blaziken if it wants to set up Sword Dance against it. So, there you go. I think that's something you could run, honestly. That's an idea. It's obviously not perfect. It's still weak against like any bulky water or anything bulky. Like, you're not going to be doing damage against it, but if you want to bypass the usual stuff that bullies it, there you go. Since you have Specs Kindred, you should be fine with breaking, I think, if you get rid of the Ferrothorn. Yeah. Yeah, this set also Ogre Food. So Kalman Kyogre is more common now. So if you run this against Kalman Kyogre, you're gonna have a hard time. You can also run Thunder Latias, but like Ice Gem Kyogre, Kalman Ice Gem Kyogre is a pretty big threat to this team as it stands. So you probably want coverage still. Honestly, Thunder might just work because you get the paralysis against the Mons anyways. So you could do that against stuff that switches in. That's an idea too. So if you want to try this out, like, let's see. We run Modest. You want as much damage as possible, obviously. You want Hydro Pump. Draco. Surf. Scowl is so tempting for Ferrothorn, but that's another insane move. Dragon Pulse. Yep, the yellow color. Always saving people. With Latias, what you want to do here, you want some bulk. I honestly forgot what this benchmark does after all these years, to be honest. You can run Draco, Thunder. Thunder is also pretty solid. And you can also run Surf for like Tyranitar. Or Healing Wish too. Or Roar. Either works, to be honest. So, since ours is still pretty sturdy, sorry, we can just run max speed. And honestly, can just make this late Excadrill. So you always get them up against Magic Sun. I think this is... No, sorry. That's not David Spread. We only outspeed Lead Rayquaza. Max Special Defense. Bulldoze, sorry. Toxic for Ho-Oh. So you want to punish Ho-Oh as much as possible if you're running this composition. So one thing that could happen is you set up drugs turn 1, and if they don't burn you with Sacred Fire, you can Toxic the next turn. And that's like Ho-Oh, like, it's still gonna do stuff, obviously, but it's not gonna be like unkillable. It's gonna have a timer on it. And Kyogre, since you have Kingdra for speed control, you could run bulky Kyogre too. I think you need something additional for Extreme Killer, Arceus. So I would run Mixed Defensive if it were me. And it also gives you an additional Pokemon against Lead Rayquaza and Blaziken. So you can do that. And that's the team. I will put the team in the Black and White Ubers Discord. Lito, I think you are in there. So I will leave the two teams that we saw in this on the stream. Bow, Kingdra, Magnus. So just so you can try it out as well. And yeah. Anyways, I think we're gonna leave it at that, guys, because I do have oh yeah, good double stealth rock. I guess we can just switch it to Calm Mind then. That's another win con with that that abuses Magnus, huh? So I think this is pretty solid, honestly. It's worth trying out. So yeah, I will leave this in the Black and White Ubers Discord, and yeah. Anyways, I appreciate you guys tuning in. This was the first stream. Hopefully more to come. I really enjoyed doing this, honestly. It was pretty fun. And I got more ideas for stuff that we could do on stream, so just stay tuned for that. And yeah. Thank you guys. See you guys later. Goodbye.